Hello everybody, Iain Robson here for another edition of the All-American Farm. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. As you can probably see, this guy is currently planting this field. He is planting canola, as you can see. And I ran into a random problem on this field. We'll come up to it in a second. But otherwise, I planted that field out there in corn. Actually, I harvested it already. Guess I wanted to play off camera a little bit, so I played a little bit. And from that one cornfield, we got 1 million liters of corn. And there's a great demand coming up for corn. So we're going to try and capitalize on that. But before we start getting into that, let me just show you this problem that we're going to run into in a moment. Alright, so you see right here, see how nothing is done in this little area right here? That's because we don't own this field, apparently. I think it was just the way it was created by the map maker. This section right here, I guess, wasn't defined properly, so it says we don't own this field, which is kind of funny considering we planted it for the first time. Anyways, I figured out what the problem was and how we could fix it. So as you can see right here, there's actually little lines that kind of shows where the field was part of a different field, and that's the reason why, I guess. Anyways, but as you can see, we're missing a big chunk of the field right in the middle there. So all of this right here, it was all part of a different field, and that was the reason why it's not working properly, I guess. So anyways, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to buy this field back here, but that's fine because we do need a field for grass for our cows anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But it is just not what I expected to be doing, but whatever, these things happen. Anyways, so I did just, I've been doing that off camera a little bit. As I mentioned, I harvested the corn right here, and I planted another field of corn. So this is what the corn texture looks like. It's actually pretty nice. And it's currently growing at the moment, not ready to harvest yet. And I also picked up a corn header. This is one from 618C. I guess it's an 18-row corn header. It's from American Eagle Modding. So you can get it from there. I was testing out a few, and this is the one I ended up liking in the end, so I ended up getting that one. Because there was another one I had from the 9770 STS pack that was just not very nice. So I didn't get it in the end. So yeah, so I bought that off camera. And I harvested the field of corn. And I also bought two other things, I guess? No, one other thing. Where is it here? So I also picked up a Flygo bull right here, or no, just a Flygo, just because I felt that we needed an extra trailer not just in case, but to make sure that corn kept rolling because there was so much corn. And I figured because we're so close to the farm, we're just going to do it for that field now. But once we get if we get to, let's say, this field, whatever field number that is, doesn't even say. I wonder if we even own that field already. I'm not even sure. Maybe we do. Anyway, so once we get to like this field or any other field, basically, well, maybe not 7, but 5, 6, 3, 4, whatever field that number that is, any of those down there, we're gonna have to use an overloader for sure. But for right here, just dumping it straight into the system is probably good. Also, what else do we get? I sold the rest of the potatoes. As you can see, we don't have any potatoes left, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, but we don't have any potatoes left, even though we had, like, I don't know, 800,000 liters of potatoes in the end. Did I buy anything else? No, I don't think so. That was the only thing. And I used this trailer right here. I think maybe I picked up that off camera too. I don't know. I played a little bit off camera, as you can probably tell. I try not to, but I was just like, I'm kind of in a farming simulator mood, so I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit off camera. Anyway, so yeah, I picked up that so I could pick up all the bales of straw. So as you remember, we did a little bit of straw, and we did a little bit with a forge wagon. So here are all the bales back here. I couldn't figure out a good place to put them. I was like, I don't have anywhere to put them, so I just put them behind our storage facility. It's straw, so let's assume they're wrapped. Well, wrapped, but like covered is what I was going for. Also, I discovered where the straw is. Or where it should be tipped. Let me show you where it was originally supposed to be. And let me show you where it is now. because that was not what I expected. I think in the last episode I was trying to give the cows some straw and I didn't find the location for the straw. I'll show you why in a second, because it's not where you would expect it to be. So a lot of little things with this map I've discovered so far. If I hadn't been able, well, if I didn't know anything about Giant Senator, I think this map would be somewhat unplayable, which is unfortunate because it's kind of a cool map. But since I know how to do a few things, it's not so bad. So you remember how originally the tipping point was nowhere to be found over here. So like we would go across here and he'd be like, oh no, where can we tip our straw? But right here, as you can see, we can tip our straw now. Let me show you where it originally was. This kind of threw me off a little bit. So here I am. I was randomly driving in this area right here, and I was like, la 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 la, and I was like, what? I can tip the straw right here? Yeah, so the original tip point for the straw was like right in here somewhere. I have no idea why. I think it was just maybe an accident, or maybe it was a tip trigger he didn't, the person missed or something. I don't know. That's my guess. But it was pretty funny. As you can see, I have moved the chicken coop over there. And there's a reason why. Let me just tip this straw, see if I can tip it here. Yeah, there we go. Give them some more straw. Not that they really need it, but... Anyway, so I fixed that as well. That's why we can tip straw there, finally. And the other thing I fixed was... Whoops. Wow, really? Did not expect me to do a little flip there. Jeez. Anyways, I moved the chicken coop over here, and I also moved the chickens over here. So the chickens are actually on grass now, and I picked up this little thing because it was cheap, and just so I can hop over to it or tab to it and pick up the eggs. I don't know. I've never heard what it sounded like. Okay, that's kind of a cool sound. I'm never going to drive it. It's just this farm is too big for something that small. Maybe it has like 25 horsepower or something. But anyways, thought it was a cool little thing. I forget where it came from now. Maybe it was American Eagle modding too. Who knows? But yeah, I moved the chickens over here because I figured, you know what? The chickens need to be on the grass somewhere. So someone actually made a comment last episode saying that, I don't know about it in America, but here, where I'm from, we don't have chickens on concrete. I was like, yeah, that's a good point. So I moved them over there, out of the way, so now whenever we drive into the yard, we're not driving through chickens, which is a nice little adjustment. So for those people who wanted the edit that I did, I've still made further edits, so even if I had given you guys the link, there still would have been other things you would have need to have done, like the chickens, for example. Well, the chickens weren't a bad thing, but that was just one example of something. Anyways, I think that is it. I think that's all the changes I made on the map that I can remember. So now the chickens are here. I gave them a nice little wide area to roam around in. Just didn't feel right having the chickens right here, right in the concrete, when you drive through them so often. So I moved them over there, and I was checking out the support thread for this map as well. And some of you may or may not realize this, but let me just show you something that I pointed out early on. You'll notice there's no sell point for oats or for soybeans. That's because there isn't oats or soybeans on this map, despite the fact that they do have the silos here. I was looking through the support thread and somebody actually pointed that out, and that was the reason why I guess we, well, that's not the reason why, but we never planted any soybeans or any oats, but we wouldn't have been able to anyways, apparently, because we can't do that on this map. Anyhow. So yeah, that's what we did off camera, or I did off camera, I should say. Did quite a few things, actually, now that I think about it. I think the primary reason why is just because I just felt like playing yesterday, I guess, so that was the reason behind it. Actually, you know what I can do? Let's do this here. So, that's weird though, because like there's parts here where like it's not a problem, but like you can see that area right there, it's light. Yeah, that's the whole area where he cannot plant or fertilize or anything. Let's put the dualies on. I don't know why, but I like the dualies. Not that they're really necessary all the time, but I just think they look cool. Anyway, so we're going to actually, might as well get the other guy on the planter as well and plant canola over on that as well. Because I believe this is a no-till planter as well, so we might as well capitalize on having 2 planters available for us. There we go. Change it to canola. I'm pretty sure it's no-till. I think 200 horsepower is probably enough for this. It's not unarticulated this time. Someone left a comment about being articulated or using an articulated tractor with this, and they're probably right. You wouldn't use an articulated tractor with this type of setup, but it was the only tractor I had. So, anyways, so that field, field 6 is the field we need. I looked up how much it was, and it is. Why did I change that? We were already on canola. I looked up how much it actually was, and it is 500,000. So we're gonna need another 250,000 in order to buy it. Let's do it this way. Fertilize. We'll start from the northwest, heading east. How wide is this thing? Oh man, I forget now. Is it 12? No. 7 meters. There we go. Yeah, so I got this guy started at the top, and hopefully we'll be able to finish it by the end of this episode. We'll see. Maybe I'll pause the episode, which is not like me to do, but we'll see. Alright, so he's about halfway done anyway, so this should significantly reduce the time it takes, I think. Anyways, let's just see if this works. I believe it's no-till. Alright, moment of truth. Whoa, that's super quick. It's because he was acting as a... it is no-till. Excellent. Oh, wow, even the markers work? That's weird. Not weird, but cool, actually. The reason why I didn't use just a hard worker is just because a hard worker would stop if he couldn't plow on the land. So that's the reason behind doing it this way, I guess. But this we should be able to finish it by the end of this episode, even before we finish. Just because, like, we have 2 seeders going on the same thing. Like, it's funny though, I don't think you'd ever actually do this because this seeder, the style of this seeder is like a planter, and that's like an air seeder, I believe. Let's just check here. I'm pretty sure this would be considered an air seeder. I think so. It sounds like an air seeder. Maybe it's a gravity. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't do this normally. Not unless you really needed to, I guess. So, and he's going to run out of seats. I didn't think he was going to. Oh, I guess I didn't fill this tractor up, so maybe I'll just do that now while I'm thinking about it. But the good thing is you got 2 tractors going at the same time. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I really, this really threw me off because it's like, it looks like it's such a randomly shaped area. If it was a square maybe or something, but I was trying to look through Giants Editor to see. I'm like, maybe it's something I'm missing, but apparently that is part of Field 6. So when I bought Field 6, I didn't have any problems. But like I said, we do need something for grass anyway, so I'm not that worried about it at this time. But yeah, this is the one problem I don't like with this seeder. I am doing 40 clicks, or 50 clicks basically, but it kind of bounces. I have no idea why. Ah well. Alright. As you noticed, I've put 2 seed pallets here. Basically just, I didn't think this was going to go through the door very easily, so I just put them there for the time being. And they're small. And this thing holds a crazy amount. 12,000 liters is a lot of seed. You can fill it with fertilizer too, but as you noticed, I already fertilized. And like I've mentioned before, the problem with fertilizing and seeding at the same time is that you run into problems with one of them empties before the other one. Almost always, so that's the problem. That's the reason why I haven't done it. And I wanted to use the Relocating off camera. It's not so bad to use once you have it set up. Yeah, this looks like it was like 4 fields at one time, and he brought them all together. That's what it seems like, at least. It's so funny when you look at that tractor right there. You can see like other parts of like what it's pulling or whatever, but you can't see the actual tractor itself. Just the wheels for whatever reason. All right, now where do we leave off? I guess it would be right here. All right. let's get this started here. As you can see, I haven't done anything else with the cows as of yet, and that's primarily because we just needed more. We need silage. We need TMR. We don't have any. We need like. I guess we should get a TMR mixer too. All right, you want to go that way, tractor? Fine. Actually, there's the point right there where he stopped. Oh, that was too fast still. Whoops. Don't do that normally, but guess I should have turned it off first. That might have helped. Keep forgetting these little things sometimes. Like you just play off camera and you're like la 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 la, not thinking about things. But when you play on camera, you have to be serious. Not necessarily, but I prefer playing as realistically as I see fit, I guess is the expression that's coming to mind at the moment. Yeah, like you know, I just want to do you know crazy things all the time. So it looks like it was a bit bigger than 7 meters, but seems to be all right. I do like this tractor. I don't know why I like this tractor so much, and it also has this too, which I realized after the fact. See that little thing where you look over the edge? I love that feature. So whoever suggested this tractor, thank you so much. It's only a 200 horsepower tractor though, kind of on the smaller side of things. One of the tractors I'd like to get eventually, oh, it's even on sale. Someone wanted me to get this, or like, get this. The only problem with this is this doesn't work properly with Courseplay very well. Like, it doesn't automatically put the arm out and bring it back in. I discovered it will. You have to leave the arm out the whole time. And I don't know how that would work with unloading. It should be fine, but I'm not sure. And I want to get the field now, so otherwise I would probably buy it. I don't think it's that expensive anyways. Where are we here? One of the tractors I would like to get is... Where is it? Not this. Maybe we should get one of these eventually too. I don't use them very often because they do that weird twisting thing, but they're nice looking at least. Where the heck is it? One of these. Big John Deere 8360. Both of these runs a version 2, 2.1. 2.1 doesn't have it has a front linkage on it, but it also has the LS thing on it, built in, which doesn't play nice with Courseplay. So I'll have to probably adjust those off camera, of course. But definitely something I'd like to maybe think about getting at some point, maybe. Anyhow. I don't know if there's anything else that, have I picked up anything else that's new and interesting? Actually, I did pick up for those people who are asking about it, I did pick up what the heck is it called? It's not baling, it's not tethers, no. It's not slurry, although there have been some new slurry tanks out. Not much different from the one I have right now. Where the heck is it? There, I did pick up this. It does work actually. It looks it's a bit silly, and it actually, for me at least, it looks a bit silly. Not like terrible, not bad, but it works well. It does like 36 meters, I think it is. The same as the regular spreader, but it does dry fertilizer, which I thought was kind of cool. Even though it's considered a sprayer for whatever reason. But yeah, it's pretty cool actually. Somebody said that they tried it out and it was good, so I thought I'd give it a second chance there, and I did, obviously, because it's in the mods, but I'm not 100% about it yet. I'm not 100% convinced. Go figure. I was able to plow that little bit there. Wonder why I was able to do it with this and not with the other one. That's strange. Maybe because it's the size of it? Not sure. Because when I went over that with, when I tried to go over that with the Relocating, I wasn't able to. It's really strange, actually. So, there is wither on this map, or else I'd probably progress time to start harvesting the corn there. And there is a great demand coming up for corn in 23 hours, so we're gonna crush it. And there's one. Actually, I didn't realize that there's one coming for canola in one day as well. Yeah, so we're totally gonna crush it. Once we get that, and the fact that we have 2 trailers now that can one's takes 50,000 liters, one takes 90,000 liters. The fact that we got 2 of them now, yeah, we're just gonna Just gonna like just rock it, man. Nice. I do like this seeder. It's one of my favorites now. When I first got it, I didn't realize it even had the, didn't realize it went, got dirty like that, but that's pretty cool as well. And the fact that it has a little sound when you drop it down is really nice. And on this map, it doesn't do it justice because it's a flat map, but on maps that aren't flat, this would be really nice because it actually articulates and stuff. It looks really cool. I don't think I have any bumps at all on this map to show you guys. But rest assured, it does articulate. Do I have ACR? No. Well, there is a little bit. I forget what these do now. Is this going to say? No, I guess I have to. I think it does. What does it do? Oh, lights. Not sure what that does. And that's probably lights too. Oh, well. Sweet. I don't know. It seems so peaceful. Look at that. They're almost done. The combined effort of the two is working well together, actually. See, this is what you get when you don't own the field. It's like, you don't own the field. And it continues. So this thing is actually 15 meters wide, and that's 7, so they're making short work of the rest of this field. A lot faster than I thought they were going to be, actually. Which is good. I originally was going to do a harvest with the corn, but I don't know if we're going to get to this episode or not. I probably could start it. But I don't know if we're going to get to the whole harvest. But you'll notice the textures. When this thing is fully grown, they actually looks pretty good too. I guess I missed a little bit there. It looks pretty good when it's fully grown. Oh, did he? What happened here? I wonder if it says it doesn't own that field. I wonder. Now that I think about it, it probably has. I didn't realize that happened. I'll have to check now. But it might be because, like this field over here, there actually is no purchase point for it. Let's just hop on the Ford and cruise around, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Go, go, go! Alright, let's just fuel up, because this thing drinks fuel like there's no tomorrow. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I have to sit there and watch the cedars all day. But it's kind of strange the way I think it's just, maybe it's the reason being is just because it was a person's first time making a map or something. But what happens is, let's just go over down here, and I'll show you. Alright, so if you come down here, this field is marked off correctly, and this field right here is marked off correctly in Giant's Editor. I checked it out, it looks good. But this field right here, this is actually field 6, but for whatever reason in Giant's Editor it's identified as field 9. And if you look, there's no field 9 on this particular map. Like this, I guess these two are together when you buy them. I'm not really sure, and I don't have no idea which one that is either. So I suppose we're just gonna have to buy them all in the end. Based on the way this map is going, I don't think that'll be a big problem. But yeah, so you need to buy this field so you get this part right here. Not sure of the reason why. I could probably adjust it, but I'm not that worried about it. And let's just go take a quick peek around the outside of the field here. And I'm just kind of curious about this other field up here, the cornfield, because some of it may not be planted for whatever reason. It may be the same issue as we ran into, because I was watching some tutorials as to how to create fields and whatnot, and one of them was talking about, did I really miss all of this? I wonder if that's like owned or not owned, and that's the reason why. But that's definitely like one pass I totally missed. Whoops. Yeah. But everything else looks like it's planted though. Appears to be, yeah. I wonder what happened there. I was switching back between like the game and not the game, so that's probably part of the reason why. So yeah, I definitely missed a little bit right there. And this is like a full-on pass. I'll have to come back with a rotogator, because I don't know what I did there, but I definitely turned around. Yeah. Alright, let's go get the rotogator. So yeah, there's no purchase point for this field over here. I don't think there is, at least. Let's go take a quick little peek. Yeah, and I think that's part of the problem is because the fields aren't outlined properly. And because they're not outlined properly, you run into the problems like this, like who owns the field sort of thing. So, or what field is what, because this field right here is not identified at all. So like maybe we actually own it now, I have no idea. I should test that out actually. Because if we do own it, we might as well use it. Just saying. Go ahead, blue car. Alright, fine, wait for me. Yeah, so it doesn't appear to be any purchase point for this. And when I first booted up this map, one of the things I tend to check is the Bank of Hackenstadt to see the prices of everything. And I think partially the reason why it didn't work is because now I see that they aren't outlined properly. So I think that's part of the reason why they're not working properly. Wow, what's up with this? Why is there like a little spot right here? Huh. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be a purchase point here. So that's probably part of the reason as well, actually. So yes, if you're playing on this map, you will find these things out as well as I did. Because, as you can see, there are a few problems. But it's to be expected. It was the guy's first attempt, so I'm still pretty pleased. Yeah, there's no purchase point for this either. Once we buy all the fields. Here, let me show you the Bank of Hackenstadt. So this is fine right here. If you go to field management, this is what happens. Not so friendly. Unfortunately. Anyways, let's go check on... So there's a purchase point for that. But there's nothing for that first one. Maybe it's down the bottom there. I don't know. Anyways. These chickens, man, they just produce a crazy amount. Let's go get some more eggs here. I suppose I could have sold the eggs. I am carrying 285 eggs. Alright. There we go. This guy... Oh, they're both good still. This is good. Almost done. Look at that. Wow. That's what you get. Alright. That is fancy. Not fancy, I don't know. It looks cool. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. And let's go grab that rotogator and finish off that field. I don't know why that whole section was missed. That might have been my fault. Like I said, it was tabbing in and out, so maybe I ran out of fertilizer when I was using it. Mirrors, control width. Oh, that's weird. There we go. Let's spread the tires out and then make sure everything's good. What is that one? 4, 8, height control. So let's try 8. Actually, 2 would be lower, I suppose. No, 8? Maybe it's only once it's opened up, I don't know. Alright, let's line this guy up here. Is this where we missed it? I'm pretty sure this is around here somewhere. Alright, so let's just try and see what happens when we hit these buttons. Alright, nothing. Maybe there isn't height control. They're misleading me, so... Well, that must just be my driving or something, I don't know. And that must be the same thing. Where the heck is that other spot here? Ah, here it is. That's so random though, look at that, like... Definitely looks like I turned around there or something. I was using the GPS mod, so I blame it on that. So it must have been the reason why. There we go. Let's get this last little strip. Yeah, like it's totally like a full-on strip that I missed. Yeah, so I definitely must have run out of fuel, or run out of fertilizer, because that's just ridiculous. Jeez. Oh, man. Looks like they got like one pass each left. They'll be done. Excellent. So unfortunately, we are not going to get to the harvest this episode. It's a little bit of a pre-harvest episode, I suppose. And what we'll have to do is once we... what will I do here? What I'll do, I guess I don't want to harvest again off camera for you guys. That'd just be bad news bears on my behalf. Oh, that guy's out of fruit, out of seed. Let's go fill him up. Actually, what I'll do is let the other guy finish, because he's pretty much done anyway, so. Don't know why he missed all that. Well. Alright, let's go put this away then, and then I guess we'll call it a day. Leave it empty for the time being. Don't know what we're going to put in here. Apparently we can put rye and oats. Yep. Not so much. I feel like you could do more of this cedar. Like you could fold it or something, but you can't. And that little thing that that's what the tires for the Ago or Ago. His tires came on that, and I don't have a front loader to move it. I guess I will need a front loader anyways, right? Field first though. Oh my goodness, I cannot back up this up. Anyways, I'll finish this off camera. What I'll do is I'll finish harvesting everything, and I'll finish fertilizing, and then next episode will be a corn harvest, and then maybe we'll buy a field too. We'll see. Anyways, that's it for today, folks. My name's Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013 on the All-American Farm. I'll catch you guys later.